Hi, so today I'm going to be sharing my tips to write the perfect personal statement. So, as you know, UCAS provides you the option of writing only one personal statement for all of your five university choices. So, those of you who have no idea what a personal statement is an integral part of the application process in the UK, right? And we submit it through the consolidated system, which is UCAS, UCAS, right? So let's start with some really good tips of how to write a personal statement. Now, writing a personal statement can take a lot of time, definitely, and it depends upon person to person. I personally took like 1 week or 10 days to write my personal statement. Now, according to the new modifications of 2025, the personal statement has its new format. So, I'll be reading down my personal statement to you and giving you tips side by side. So, let's get started. So, the first question that you have to write down in your personal statement is, why do you want to study this course or subject? Now, let's say many people ask about this query is that, let's say you have applied for a discipline, let's say finance, right? And you also have applied for a discipline, let's say business, in um, all the five universities. Let's say you applied for finance in three universities and applied for business in two universities. So, what subject would that personal statement be directed towards? So, if that's the case, if you have applied for mixed courses, then look at the larger discipline, the broader discipline, right? So, you can talk about a mix of both in your personal statement. That means 50% you can talk about finance and 50% you can talk about business, right? So I applied for accounting and finance in all the universities. So I have the content for accounting and finance only. I dedicated my personal statement almost 60% towards finance and 40% towards accounting. Now, in the first question, you have to write down about your motivation. What is your reason of choosing this particular subject? Now, I actually started with quite a unique line. I know they say to keep the UCAS personal statement very academic, but I also kept it a little creative, right? So I started with not a very cliche thing like, I like accounting and finance because I want to make a lot of money, or I got invested by seeing investment bankers, things like that. No, I started with telling why I wanted to learn about money. Yes, money. So I started with, growing up in India, I often wondered why people gifted money during family visits or celebrations, a practice known as shagun. At first, it seemed like a simple tradition, but my view on money evolved once I came across the idea that money itself does not change the world. It's the people behind it who do. The intention behind the simple act of shagun, to wish prosperity and good fortune, made me connect to the fact that finance at its core is not just about numbers, but about trust, values, and impact. So I started with this. So if you're talking about a broader discipline, let's say finance, you have to take a sub discipline of that thing and you can start with it. This is just an example of what you can do. Please, but make it something innovative, especially the first line that you write, not something cliche that I liked it in my childhood, right? Now, the next thing I wrote in this answer only is, this led to my research on sustainable finance, where by analyzing the 2023 SUSREG report, I realized that even high income countries have made minimal progress in integrating climate related risks into their monetary policies and banking systems. This shaped my desire to study finance and accounting to understand how ethical financial systems can empower people and drive sustainable change, a goal that aligns with my long term vision of creating sustainable farm states. Now, as you can see in this paragraph, I wrote about why was I interested in studying about finance. The very first thing that made me interested in this subject was this simple act of shagun that I told you, a simple observation, right? Which talked about behavioral finance. Now, after behavioral finance, I am moving towards sustainable finance, as you can see, which is also one of the minor subdivisions of the larger finance discipline that we also study at uni, right? So this first question basically answers what ignited your interest in that particular subject, right? And why do you want to study that subject, and what do you want to do, what's your main goal for studying that subject. So that needs to be answered, right? And definitely there's a word limit to each. I think 4,000 characters was the word limit to the whole personal statement. So yes, you can see to it. Next question, that the second mandatory question that is there in the personal statement is, how have your qualifications and studies helped you prepare for this course or subject? Now, what will you be talking about this? How have your qualifications and studies? It is directly related to your academics. You can talk about your academic subjects. I was actually researching in the UCAS system. See, it's not mandatory to write about your schoolwork only. Over here, you can write about anything, honestly, right? Anything. You can write about any super curricular over here, whether it is a book that inspired you, whether it is a project that inspired you, or anything else. So let's see what I wrote. I also definitely introduced my school subjects over here. I also introduced my super curriculars over here. So let's see. Being introduced to accountancy as an academic subject in high school fueled my interest in studying financial systems and how accounting can be used as a means of studying the underlying structures of businesses. Now, I'll tell you how I applied it to real life. I applied this knowledge to a school project evaluating Zerodha Limited's financial performance using accounting ratios, which helped me interpret how potential investors assess business efficiency. This piqued my interest in studying broader patterns in investment. Now, I am mentioning my super curriculars over here. I was intrigued by Peter Thiel's discovery of power law in his book 0 to 1, which states only a few key elements or actions are responsible for the majority of the impact, not only in the case of investors, but every individual. So I'm telling about, in this answer, I'm telling that how my studies piqued my interest, like my subjects, my school subjects, and how I went further, not limited myself to the classroom, and did some research or read some books, did some super curriculars in order to understand that subject better, right? So I have quoted the book, and whenever you quote something, you have to quote it in exclamation marks, right? Now, the next thing I wrote was my fascination with this concept. Now I'm continuing the concept of Peter Thiel from his book, and I'm applying it to a real incident that happened to me, a real competition that I won. So I'm applying this concept over there, right? So yeah, my fascination with this concept was reinforced when I applied it to an inter-school business competition, demonstrating how the 2006 Kalinganagar tragedy in India also reflected the power law, wherein a few corporate decisions, such as inadequate compensation for land acquired for industrial projects, led to disproportionately large social and economic consequences. See, so I applied the concept called power law, which I learned in the Peter Thiel's book, right? I learned in Peter Thiel's book. I applied this concept directly to a competition, a business competition. Okay? Now, building on the quantitative skills I developed through my background in accounting and business studies, I interned at this company. You can write your internship experience in this second question, right? It's not asking about extracurriculars. This is the section where you mention all your super curriculars. Now, during this 6-week experience, I undertook various tasks related to real estate projects, such as analyzing investment potential, communicating with clients, and filtering leads, while observing how investors' decisions reflected both rational analysis and psychological tendencies. I became curious about the underlying factors guiding such behavior. Now, if you see the whole personal statement's gist, it's pointing towards two things. You have to prepare a narrative around that one or two things that will be reflected in all of your personal statements. So I did the same thing. This led me to explore behavioral finance through Ray Dalio's YouTube lectures, where I came across his theory of idea meritocracy. Now, definitely, it was written in UCAS that you can mention any book, any show, or any person you are inspired by. So you can mention this as your super curricular. So I mentioned Ray Dalio's YouTube lectures that I used to watch. The idea of the theory of idea meritocracy, which deepened my knowledge of the subject. I would like to dive deep into its intricacies at university. So this is what I wrote. As you can see, this all pointed towards one thing, which was very, very cohesive, right? Now, the last question is, what else have you done to prepare outside of education, and why are these experiences useful? I think personally, I think that this last question is towards your extracurriculars. I have actually written about a very unconventional thing, that is spirituality. Yes. Spirituality has shaped much of my approach to personal development and professional responsibilities. Exploring the teachings of Brahma Kumaris, specifically their practice of karma yoga, reflecting to ensure that one's actions are guided by inner awareness, helped me directly translate them into financial settings. Can you just see the correlation between these two things that I did, right? Between karma yoga and attention to detail in finance, right? Or inner awareness. Because in finance also, as you know, any decision that you take has to be guided by inner awareness or the awareness of markets, right? See, I read about this concept that if you're working in finance, you um, definitely you make the decisions based on the market, right? But you also make the decisions based on intuition, experience, right? So this was the thing I was relating towards. Which helped me directly translate them into financial settings. Now I wrote the example how. I also encountered a similar principle or a similar concept in Ray Dalio's book, Principles, Life and Work. So this is a really nice book. You must read it, where he introduces the theory pain plus reflection equals progress. These values became practical through my role as the vice president of the National Service Scheme Unit at my school, where I led nearly 100 volunteers across multiple community projects. So you can see how I'm applying this theory from the book directly to my real life, right? So the theory of the book, that is pain plus reflection equals progress, which is also a similar thing that is taught in spirituality, that I made an example to or a reference to. Now, coordinating teams, managing logistics, and ensuring accountability taught me how to work under pressure and pay close attention to detail. Things I found invaluable in accounting. So, yeah, that was another skill. Together, these experiences have prepared me for university, where I look forward to applying my learnings to research, thereby preparing for a career where I can combine my academic rigor with my vision of creating a meaningful impact in the field of accounting and finance. So, I hope now you get the reference of how to really write the personal statement. As you can see in the last question also, you have to give reference or a relation between your discipline that you're going to study, right, and your extracurricular activity. So that's up to you, that's upon you how creatively you do it, right? And so I gave the example of my personal statement, which got me accepted into pretty good universities, like the University of Manchester, University of Exeter, University of Birmingham, etc. So yes, you can definitely please don't use this personal statement, because UCAS does have a good AI software that will catch if you have copied someone else's personal statement. So please let your ideas be original, and you can definitely take inspiration from other creators, other people. So yes, this was all about personal statement and how I wrote it. Hope you get the gist. And the main gist that you have to remember is that each and everything has to point out to one or two specific things that you're trying to tell. So in my case, as you know, it was sustainable finance and behavioral finance, right? So these are the two disciplines which are the sub disciplines of my major discipline, that is finance and accounting. I hope you get it. Thank you.